Hey everyone, Heather here, and I have been working on developing a workflow to make vertical clips that can be published as Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts from the Couples Table, right? So the Couples Table is a live stream podcast hosted by me and my husband, Tom Buck. We do it over on my vlog channel, Heather Just Create. And the thing with the Couples Table is that it is Tom and I in the same shot, because we're sitting at this desk basically. So we're sitting side by side. And I think the typical thing that I've seen when it comes to video podcasts is that people will just crop in to the speaker, right? That makes sense for podcasts that have multiple angles. So if you have one camera that's like aiming at one speaker and then another camera that's aiming at the other speaker, you can do that. Or if you're doing like a remote podcast where basically there's two video files being recorded because it's someone from their computer and then someone else from their computer. Because Tom and I are sitting side by side in the same desk with the same shot, we can't crop in because then one of us would get cropped out. So I have to use like the horizontal file in a vertical format, which is why it's been tricky to create this, because I also want it to be an easy workflow, because if it's not easy, then I'm never going to make the clips. But I think I'm onto something and I wanted to share it with you. I'm probably going to refine it as I go, but here's what I got so far.
As you were looking back and watching your video, you were like, oh, it's so cringy and I can't believe this and that and the other thing.
So I use a combination of Descript and Canva. I wish I could just use one, but unfortunately there's features lacking in both. So with Canva, I use Canva for the graphics and media assets. And then for Descript, I use it for actually editing the clip and adding some waveforms and stuff. And I'll walk you through. Okay, so the first thing that I do is I open up Descript and I drop in the full Couples Table, like hour-long episode, and it'll automatically transcribe that whole episode. And so what I'll do is I'll go through and I will find a clip and take that as a separate project file, I guess. I'm still learning Descript. It's very different from what I'm used to. But anyway, so here's clip number 1. I've already published this one and I'm hoping to use this one as a template. The first thing is that I want all the clips to be less than a minute long. So this is 55 seconds, right? And basically, let me go to an unedited clip. It looks like this. This is the second one I'm going to create. It's just the video file and the transcription. Then I go over here and I change the, what is this? The canvas to a portrait mode, right? So we got vertical video. And obviously I can't just have it like like this. So you'll see here in this clip, I added just some color, some branding, some graphics to make it not just look like, you know, it was cropped all funny. And what we're going to do is build this from scratch. So first thing is, I'll go back to the clip that we're working on. I'm going to highlight the whole thing. Okay, like the entire caption thing. It's Apple K for insert, and then we are going to add captions. So basically this transcription gets added as burned in captions to the video file. So it looks like this, right? Now I debated for a long time whether to do the burned in captions, and I decided yes, because Instagram and YouTube will auto-generate their own captions, but they're usually wrong. And I just can't like, I don't like it. So I'm just going to do burned in captions. So what I do is I add a background. So it's just easier to, you know, it's just easier to look at. Something like this. This part is like really easy in Descript, thankfully. I used to type it all one word at a time and add it in Final Cut, which is insane. And it's great because if you change anything here, it'll automatically update the captions. So that's step number 1. Step number 2 is I'm going to add a background because it's just, you know, empty here. I don't think I have the assets on this computer, so I'm actually going to cheat and go back to the previous clip. I was editing this on my laptop. One of these is the background. I'm just going to copy and paste, okay? And then when you drop whatever you want to use as the background in, you can right click it and arrange your layers, right? So it's not covering what you just made. So we've got the background. What else do we got? We have a title. Like I wanted to add some kind of title that kind of, you know, summarized what the clip is about. So to add text, you just click this T right here. I'll add a title. And this one is, do I enjoy making YouTube videos? This is like a super long title for a freaking short, but whatever. We'll just use that for now. Not a fill. We want a background so it's easy to see. So one thing that I did want to adjust, since this is my second clip, is, let me see if I can show you. Oi. Okay. Can you see that? This, and let me drop this guy into. This photo on the left is the first clip I made as a YouTube short, which I actually just uploaded today. And then this clip right here is in Instagram. And you'll see that for both clips, I can drag the text to be a little more towards the center, because like here on Instagram, my handle is being cut. It's like on top of the title, right? And same thing on the YouTube short, like there's just a bunch of stuff that's here on the bottom that's covering things. So basically what I'm going to do in this first version, or in the second version, actually let me just show you in the first version, is I'm just going to bring everything like closer to the center like this. So all that, like, I don't know, all that metadata and all the stuff that the platforms add will be there. I don't even think I need this headphone thing, but it just seemed empty like this, just a little bit in. So then like the like button, the dislike button, and all that will be here. It looks weird here, but then on the platforms, you know, should look better. And then the other thing I added was a waveform. What I do is I highlight the entire transcription again, and then I'm going to do Apple K, insert, and here is waveform. And so I'll drop in a waveform. It's that easy. It's super cool. And the waveform, like you can add a waveform in Canva, but it's just like it's not actually to the audio of the clip. It's just a graphic. So you can change the waveform to be lines, a circle. So it looks like this. That's kind of cool, but I wouldn't use it for this. You can do a ring. Same thing. And then a wave. So I actually like the lines the most. And then you can also change the color. So I'm going to go with, let's go pink. Pink. And then I'm going to make this a little bit thicker. But then you can also change. So I don't know what the difference is between fidelity and magnitude. I'm sure some audio person is going to tell me. Okay, so magnitude is like how high the lines will go, I guess. And fidelity, I'm guessing, is just like how intense the waveforms get. So there you go, right? Like I want it to be noticeable, right? And then the other thing I also add is, let's do select all, go back to K. Insert is, where is it? There it is, a progress bar. So again, it's just more motion. Oi, where'd you go? Like this, right? Let's not lock this. I want it to be a little bit skinnier. And boop, boop. Let's make it a little bit wider. Stretch the screen. I'm sure this is like so fun to watch. So something like that, right? So now we've got the progress bar and the waveform and the titles. Sweet. So again, I'm going to go back to here and just copy and paste. So I have these triangles. Like this is what I'm saying, where let me switch to Canva. Canva just makes it so easy to export transparent assets. So here's Ben, but you can do like triangles, and basically I just export this as a PNG and then just make sure to hit transparent background and then download that file. And then that's what I have in Descript. That's what this is, right? So I'm actually just going to copy that to this to this. I don't even know if I need it, but something like that. Now it looks crowded, but you get the idea, okay? So the other things that we had were, I added this, but like as a YouTube short. I feel like it's confusing because I feel like people are going to try to hit the play button to pause it. But it's just a graphic. Like it's, it's not actually interactable. So, but I think it looks cool because it's like a player. I'm going to keep it. We'll see. This is a work in progress. Okay, so something like that. And then I copied this little headphone thing over, but we're going to bring it way in like that. And we got the couples table. Again, you could just add these as text boxes or title boxes. It's the same episode, so I'm just going to copy and paste like that. Perfect. Something like that. So just for funsies, I'm actually going to show you what I kind of came up with for doing this in Canva. That's not it. Is it this? Or is it? Here. Their templates are actually pretty good, but I couldn't find one that was like for a horizontal video podcast. So I kind of just I came up with this look in Canva and then like replicated it in Descript. So you'll see that like, actually I took the Descript file, so that's why the burned in captions are here. Because I took the Descript file and then I dropped it in here. I wish I could just use one or the other. And you can see this waveform is just going because it's not actually synced to this audio. There's a lot of cool graphics and animations and transitions and, like this stuff. I wouldn't have come up with this stuff, and you can't do this in Descript. Descript has a lot of like stock footage and stock photos, but it doesn't have just like, this like giant waveform in the back and stuff. So that's my workflow for now. Like I said, it's a work in progress. The important thing to me was that I was able to easily edit clips from the full video podcasts and then also add in accurate burned in captions to each clip. If you have any tips, I'd so appreciate them. Maybe you have your own video podcast and you've been sharing clips as vertical content for a long time. I'd so appreciate any feedback that you have. But when I do iterate on this workflow, I'll just make another video. But with that said, I will catch you guys in the next one. See ya. Bye.